basically,
we're all tired. We've all had a long day.
Basically, if you read that, Hughes Net says that your system is. Where's the mouse? Can't find it. It's losing. If you read that, it basically says that Hughes Net right now is saying that everything is in the green. Your power word is within range. Your system is actually running 150. It takes 4 points off of this. It's well within where you're supposed to be. 1.7 is a point over where you need to be for this. Everything is in green.
And that's current right now, correct?
That's right now.
Okay.
So now I'm signing off. This is your validation.
Okay.
So everything is up to snuff. It's where it's supposed to be. Let's see. Pole shifted a little bit, and that's why you lost your signal.
Let me ask you something. Why is the pole shifting? I mean, you've already had...
Mud. It's black mud. You have to keep it wet, like I told you.
Well, I understand that we've kept it watered, kept it moist, as you said before, but what my concern is, most people that are like setting fence posts and everything else, concrete is poured at the bottom. And on the last pole that you pulled up, there was 3 foot that was under the earth, and there was only this much concrete 3 foot from the bottom of the pole that was under the ground. So the bottom is going to shift.
There was 80 pounds of concrete in the last pole, as there's 80 pounds of concrete in this pole.
I understand that, but I'm talking about the distance from, you have like this much of the pole in the ground, and then the concrete starts here, and that's just the top. So what I'm asking is, how is it? I know the black land's not shifting that much.
One of the reasons I didn't. One of the reasons when I came out here and I changed your pole, right, is because it was black mud, and when I set your pole, basically I didn't set it 100% correct. Okay, because of the black mud. I'm new to the area, right? So black mud threw me off a little bit. The pole that you have now, the cement is way down there deep. They have classes for us to keep going, and they learn new things. You set the pole the way they tell you to do it the first time, then you set the pole the way that they tell you to do it the second time. So I pulled your pole up, I didn't even bat an eye, pulled the pole right up, redug your hole, and sunk it even deeper. The reason why I put it in about that deep, farther from the concrete, is so that it really, really, really holds. And that's what they have told us to do. We also put spindles on them so that they won't turn.
Well, let me ask you this. How far under the ground, like when you poured the concrete, how close to the base of the pole is the concrete compared to the top of the pole?
The concrete is probably about 6 to 8 inches down from the dirt, and it's symmetrical now. Instead of like a cone, it's now symmetrical. Okay, so I mean, like, you know, sometimes when you set a pole and the concrete's still drying, right, it shifts a little bit. That's just normal stuff. So, I mean, I heard about this, I believe your incident occurred last night, which wasn't really, I mean, your incident was a turbo issue. Your signal strength was 137 when I got here, 135, 137.
Right, but it wasn't, I had no signal at all last night. At all. And when they troubleshot it from the 800 number, they said it was the signal on the pole.
Well, I can understand that, but if you had no signal last night and you had 130, 135 when I spoke to you this afternoon and I hadn't even been here yet, I mean, 145 is where it needs to be.
Right, but you had me go into that turbo page to shut it down, so I have no idea about that.
The turbo, the reason why I did that for you, Miss Holler, was real simple. I knew that you worked from your computer.
So you're having me doing something. I'm just saying I don't want to do anything that I'm not supposed to be doing.
No, you're allowed to do that. It's surprisingly that tech support didn't tell you to do that. I mean, that's right on your computer. You're allowed to do that. I didn't have you do something that you weren't supposed to do. What I did is get you back so that you could continue to work.
Okay, I'm just upset and confused. Like I said, and I'll start from the beginning. It was when I emailed you and got that email kickback. Do not contact me again. I am just the one that set up the pole. And then when you come out to replace the pole, you said, don't you call another number again. You call me direct. So I'm like, look, you know, you're my customer. And I'm like, okay, look, either you're going to take care of me or not. I don't know who's on first. I don't know who I'm supposed to call. And
I understand.
Don't tell me one thing one day and then something else the next day. You know, I'm in customer service, and I felt like I got my ass chewed out last time you were here because, you know,
I chewed you out?
Yeah, you said, don't you call anybody but me. You call this number here.
And you felt that that was chewing you out?
I took it.
I'm sorry that you felt
that
way.
And that's exactly how I felt.
I'm sorry that you felt that way. I'm sincerely sorry.
And, you know, and then you told me, I'm replacing this pole, you know, the goodness of the heart, and then the guy over there that I'm talking to that cuts the order said this is not going to be any cost to you because you're under warranty until October, you know. So I'm like, look, I'm under warranty. And you're like, well, no, I'm supposed to be charging you. So I'm like, look, all I want to know is who's on first. I don't want to hear one story from somebody that's dispatching the ticket to you to someone else.
I expressed to you the last time that I was here, emails aren't really something that I mean, you're the only customer that has ever emailed me. Okay, and I don't know who you are by an email. Okay, when a person calls me on the phone and I have a verbal conversation with them, I'm able to place them and then take care of them. When you emailed me, the email was like, my system is moving slow or something like that, and I mean, you've got 5 lights on your system. I mean, I have no clue.
No, I was asking for my serial numbers and stuff because you left me no paperwork at all on my system, period. And you sent the email back and said, don't contact me, and I'm like, fine. So I've been tied up, and I'd like to know where the hell is all the paperwork that I signed. That's all I want is my copies.
I will be more than glad
from
to
my
get that.
files.
I'll be more than glad to get that.
You know, and like I said, when you came over here the last time, you said, well, that must have been my wife that answered my email, and I'm like, okay, look, I'm not doing business with your wife.
This is 192.168.0.1.
Yeah.
It should be in your favorites. Matter of fact,
I've already got that written down in my books.
Okay. There's all your information.
I know. They told me that from the 800 number when you sent me the email to never contact you again.
So they told you never to contact me again?
No, you did.
I don't think I ever told the customer never to contact me again. But your validation's done, your system's back up and running. I've shown you that it's past green all the way through. Email my boss a copy of this, which I did the last time I was here. If you feel uncomfortable with me, I'm very, very sorry.
It's not that. I just don't like the way I was treated the second time. You know, like when I said, when I tried to contact you because you left, I mean, I have nothing on any of my information, and you said, ma'am, I don't know who you are. You're somebody I've done 60 houses back since. Instead of taking the time to say, well, could I have your number, something, and then you come back when you have to replace the pole. Ma'am, you're my customer, and you're supposed to call me direct. Well,
absolutely.
And then you said it was your wife that answered the email.
Well,
fine. And I'm not going to argue about it. I'm just saying how I was treated. I have the email, and I'm not playing any BS games. I just want my stuff taken care of.
Not a problem. Not a problem. I'm here to take care of your stuff.
You know, it's like when I talked to Gretchen today, she said, I'll email you copies of all that. I've never received it. And I'm like, it's just